quick. He's coming back. I have a co-host here, though. We've got Greta Pickles. She's here. Just let me know if everything's working. Hopefully it is. If it is, just put something in the chat so I know. But welcome back for anybody who's watching a replay. Let's see here. Spence will be here in just a second. Hopefully this is working. It looks like it's okay on my end. Okay, hold on. Okay, I think we're okay. For some reason though, I can't see the chat, so I'm having to refresh. So give me a second. Yay, okay. Hello, like I said, Spence will be here in just a second. He had to help a neighbor with something and it was kind of last minute, so here we are. But Greta is here. Welcome everyone. For anybody who's new here, hello. And for everybody who's done a lot of our live streams, welcome back. So we try really hard to do a Wednesday live stream if we can, but it just doesn't work out this week. We just have so much going on. So we were like, you know what? Tonight we're home. We're gonna do our live. And for anybody just coming in, Spence will be here in just a second. Until then, we have Miss Greta Pickles. She's gonna step in for Spence. She actually is sitting on his chair, but you just can't see it. Hello. I forgot my thing to like put my laptop up here so I could see your comments better, but oh well. So if I'm glancing down at all, just know that that's why. Hello from Arizona, and good. I'm glad you guys can hear. For some reason, there's a little bit of a delay on my end, and I don't know what it is. Like, it's never been this delayed, but it is right now. So I don't know. Is everybody having a good week so far? I hope so. Katie, your home looks very nice, lovely, nice decor. Thank you. Like, I think I've said it a few times, but we have so much more to do. It's not even funny. Jamie, hello. I see you're one of our channel members, and I do want to give a big shout out to everybody that joined and became a channel member. It's not really easy to find how to do it, but for those of you that did, thank you, and we are so glad to have you as a channel member. We really, really appreciate it. Every little bit helps. It's just like a lot of people have been subscribing on my Instagram. That really helps. And we've been appreciating, you know, your super chats. And then for people that are just watching our videos, like you're turning it on and watching the videos, and we are so grateful. Oh, your nap worked. Yes. Somebody had mentioned to me, they commented and put, I'm going to take a nap so I can catch you. So, and by the way, I know you're a member because it changes the color and then you get a little like, I think like a little sticker or something. So that's how I know who the members are. So again, Jamie, it looks like you are colored green and then you have a blue star. So that's how I know you're a member. So we have people from Menifee, Nevada, New York, Clovis, California, Colorado, Australia. When are you coming to Australia? I don't know if I can do that plane ride. I feel like that is too long for me, but who knows? Never say never. Southern Oregon, hello. And Iowa, I've been there when I was a little kid. And Alaska. Oh, Spence is back. Like I said, he was just helping a neighbor. You getting yourself something to drink?
I was long-winded up there. I always end up getting talking. Huh.
Hey, Peter, you made it from San Francisco. Dana Point, New Jersey. I don't know where to find the membership thing. So I don't exactly either. I wish I could be more help. But I can tell you, what was I going to say? I can tell you, hold on, let us get adjusted. There's somewhere on our channel, it says like become a member. I know that much, and that's all I know. So, okay,
what's up, you guys? Sorry, I'm late.
Like I said, I told everybody you kind of had to help a neighbor. It was like a last second thing, and like, what can you do? You know, it's good. It's good.
Okay.
Greta, what do you think? Is that good? Is that good? She says yes.
It's just a tilt, just a hair of a tilt. There.
A hair? Now it's too high, I think.
Yeah, a little headroom never hurt anybody.
A lot of
headroom. Split the difference back?
Thank you.
And
okay. Greetings from Boston. Will you be going to Cotina Storybook Living by Disney? Oh, okay. So for anybody who doesn't know, that is a like new community that's being built out in
Palm Desert, Palm Springs. It's almost like Rancho Mirage area.
Why is that chair so squeaky?
I'm not a squeaky chair. I'll stop moving.
It's literally like
Every time because I just got here, so I'm trying to adjust. You know, when you get in a chair and you try to like get
yeah,
it
but it's
dialed
like
in.
so squeaky. Like this is kind of a new maybe.
Probably need to get the old
WD-40.
get the old Phillips head out and do a few tightenings in there.
Okay, so yeah, back to the Cotino thing.
Yeah.
We don't have any like immediate plans, but if we're out there and we see it,
That
for
lagoon
sure.
looks really cool.
Oh, sorry, real quick to interrupt you.
Yes.
Kimberly said it looks like it says join right next to Best Life and Beyond logo on our YouTube page. So for anybody who wants to become
Kimberly.
a member of Best Life and Beyond, like I said, it's really cool for in the chat. First of all, you can support our channel, but in the chat, you'll have a little like a colored, like I think you get a sticker next to your name and it's colored icon. So we know who members are. So sorry to interrupt you, but
no.
Everybody was asking, how do I become a member? And again, it's just another way to kind of help our channel, help support us, and you're a member of Best Life and Beyond. I mean, who wouldn't want to be a member of Best Life?
Living your best life. Members of
We've
Best
even
Life
got
Society.
Blab shirts still. Don't forget about that.
We used to have these. We don't have these anymore, but
no, but we have these shirts still. Which
we do.
We actually have to make new shirts. We really do.
Yeah.
Any plans for Best Life and Beyond going to Epic Universe? We get that question a lot, and I think it's because we used to do a lot of theme park content. We're actually not going to do that. Like, we're not planned for it. I'm not saying never say never, because I think my niece will want to go, and you know.
But I think the question, you're answering the question correctly, because I think people are asking, like, you know, like, when are you going? Like
yeah.
As if, you know, like within the next year or something. No, probably not.
Yeah.
And it's no disrespect. It looks really awesome. It's just that we just have different priorities. That's all.
Yep. Luna, thank you for your support via the Instagram, about my Instagram and the story and talking about the story. Thank you. Love your live shows. It's easier to stay awake from New York at this time. Okay, good.
Oh, cool.
Greta is the cutest. Thank you. We're lucky to have her.
We really are.
They're flooding YouTube with Epic. Yeah, there's a lot of Epic Universe content. I mean, it makes sense. It's a brand new giant. Epic. Yeah, and it looks amazing. It looks amazing. We've really enjoyed watching Dylan, and you know, he's pretty much one of our best friends. So we love watching he's been raving about Epic for years.
Since its announcement.
Years, yeah. And
since
you know,
its first public announcement, he's been like, you know.
10 days left, so excited until the 70th. So for anybody who doesn't know, Disneyland is having their 70th anniversary. That is coming.
Right, the park.
Yeah, the park, which is so crazy.
It's funny because a lot of times you hear rumblings when you're in the park a lot. You're in line for things and you hear people talking. And people will say things like, oh, what's that shirt? Oh, that was from the 100th. And you'll listen and say, the 100th?
Yeah.
I didn't know this place was 100 years old.
Dude, I heard that conversation.
And
I remember that.
I don't, you know, you don't want to be that person and turn around and go, actually.
Yeah.
Because I don't eavesdrop on people like
no, but I wanted to be that Disney Parks nerd that most of us are and go, actually, it was the 100th of the company.
Right. So this is the 70th of Disneyland Park.
Yeah. This is a good question. Are you all going to go live in Orlando with Dylan? Are you going to miss him when he leaves? So he's been talking about that. If you've watched his video, it's something that, you know, and I didn't watch everything he said, so I don't want to comment too much on it because, you know, what we get told in real life and, you know, what his actual plans are.
Our reaction is what
our reaction about it, though, is I am so happy for him. Like, when you love your friends, you just want them to do good, be happy.
Yeah.
And we know the reality is he always has a place here. He has a room here he can stay in. He has so many friends here.
We agree with everything he said about his intentions and why he wants to do all that.
Why he told us, Yeah,
it's all the same that he told you guys.
I just haven't seen the latest video, so I don't know everything he said, so I can't comment on, like, you know, I don't know if he said I don't know.
I think he was...
I'm behind.
I think he was responding because, you know, he got a lot of comments.
So he was answering questions.
I believe he was responding as a you know...
Oh, okay. So, yeah, he probably didn't say anything different, I guess.
Same topic, but he was just kind of addressing when people had some questions, I think, and some concerns or whatever.
That makes sense. So, yeah, like I said, I hadn't seen it, so I can't really respond to that part. But as far as him, like, talking about going, like, good for him. I feel like everybody would agree. Don't you want your friends to be just happy as heck and, like, living their best lives?
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And we, of course, will miss seeing him, like, as often as we do. But I think we might actually see it more often. You
Yeah.
never know. Maybe for longer stints at a time.
It's like trying to be, you know, maybe like a pro winter athlete, and you know you got to kind of live in the mountains.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
If he's a pro theme park enthusiast slash blogger, vlogger, whatever. He needs to be in the capital, like the world capital. That's like the world capital of theme parks. Now, are there other theme parks that rival certain ones there? Yes, of course, but that is like the most condensed and most. There's so many in such a small area.
Oh, we have another member. Somebody became a member. Member, I don't know for sure if you have been this whole time, but Michelle Norton, I can see you have the little blue star there. So hello and welcome.
We have a member.
Thank you for becoming a channel member.
It's like the September song.
Yes.
Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Would you ever be willing to be interviewed down the road? Of course.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've done a few of those, like
few.
here and there. We love it, and we're pretty much an open book. So
Yep.
you almost don't want to get us talking. I'm just kidding. Okay, sorry. I still can't find the member link. So apparently, if you go to our channel, it says join right next to it. Apparently, that's what we were told. If anybody else knows in the chat, maybe you can help. If not, I'll look into it myself and see if I can find something. Did you guys like the Kirkland coffee? We've been fans of it for a while now. We love seeing Greta on the stream. Cheers. We haven't tried it yet.
Oh, we haven't.
No.
I didn't know what we had this morning. I was like, it was good this morning.
What we had this morning was some coffee that was made in, I believe it was made in Mexico. It was roasted in Mexico. I got it at Bristol Farms. It was on sale, and I loved the packaging, and it had this like beautiful, I don't know what it was, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna get it. And
There you go.
So we're finishing that. Then we are going to go to the Kirkland coffee, and I'm excited to try
Going
it.
to the tin, the old chock full of nuts. What was that one?
Oh yeah, I forgot what that
There
was.
was a coffee that was called chock full of nuts or something. Or chocolate.
Well, so anybody who doesn't know what we're talking about, we just put out our Costco video
Yes.
this morning or this afternoon, and
Yeah.
we were sharing that we got we tried the new Kirkland coffee that's already like ground up, so we're gonna give it a try and see if it's good. If it's not good, we'll see.
A lot of times, and we haven't done any research, but a lot of times, like, you know, the people who end up making their coffee are like the same people who end up making.
Yeah,
coffee
at
for,
least
like,
it
Starbucks
was that way. I don't know.
Yeah,
if
so
it
I don't
still
know
is.
if that's the case, but
Yeah, this is the Costco shirt. Somebody noticed it. Why not?
yeah, and you can see there's the Costco hot dog right about there.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Also, don't forget when flying out, the real ID starts tomorrow.
That's right.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
It would say join and subscribe together. Okay. How long does the 70th at Disneyland go on? It's going to go on for, what, a year? I think something
Do they
like
do
that?
more than a year usually?
Maybe it's a little more.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably a little more.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
I think it starts a little bit early, and then goes
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is.
to the end of the year or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know. I felt like the 60th went on for so long, and it was the best years of my life. Like, I never wanted it to end. I already know the 70th will never compare to the 60th, but it's okay. The only reason I think it's not going to compare is because we're getting so many of the same things. Like, Paint the Night, as much as I love it, why couldn't you have given us a new parade? Like, we got a cavalcade, which, okay, the cavalcades they do after the Super Bowl. Same thing.
I also feel like
Same thing with Wondrous Journeys.
my thing was with the fireworks show, because as much as I like Wondrous Journeys, like,
Yeah, it's good.
it's a great show. That was celebrating the company. That was kind of the thing we were just talking
Yeah.
about. That was designed to celebrate 100 years of the company and what it's done. And it's reflected in it. It's obvious when you see it. You're like, oh yeah, that's, you know.
Yeah.
There's two shows, and one in particular that's literally a park-oriented show. Remember Dreams Come True.
Yeah.
That would be perfect, or like a modified version, or like expand on that idea of like, it's so fun because it's got Star Tours in there. It's got.
Well, it's the ultimate e-ticket, is what Disneyland.
It's so
Remember
good.
Dreams Come True is the ultimate e-ticket, is what they said.
Right, and so it reflects, like, people cheer for their favorite attraction because it's being done in that thing, and it's, you know, it's so
Is
cool.
there static? What are you talking about? Are you talking about in on our video? You're hearing static? Is that what you're saying? Is anybody having audio issues?
But yeah, so
Sorry.
that would be, you know.
Yeah. Well, you guys, sorry. Does anyone else hear it? Static. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe close it and come back in. I don't know if anybody else hears it. Okay, nobody else does. If you do, maybe close it. Some people are saying they do. Sorry if that's the case. Hold on. Somebody said, would we ever go camping on Catalina Island? Ooh, I don't
would.
know.
She's freaked out of the boat.
Yeah, no, I don't.
And
Catalina.
I don't have a problem with it. The Catalina Express is pretty quick, and if you do have like any kind of issues, just take Dramamine and you're good.
Oh. Greta.
Poor Greta.
She
Here, put her on your lap because
she went to go sit. Okay, sorry. Okay,
In
best
between-
dog and beyond.
Best dog and beyond. There's
She's-
a little bit of negative space in between us, and she got caught there. So
I
don't let her
wonder
know.
too if it has something to do with the fountain, because we have our back
Close the door.
open. If you want to do that,
will
it's
close
so
the door.
subtle we can hear you fine. Okay, sounds like watching an old TV. Closed it and came back in. Okay, well, aloha from Hawaii. Hello. Yeah, if you hear static or something, I would just say exit and come back in. I don't know. Let us know if that's better. Maybe it's the fountains. Hello, Diane.
Could be.
Maybe it really was. Like, you never know. Sometimes, like, it could be coming across
Well,
as...
sometimes sounds don't translate as what they sound like in real life, through microphones and stuff. Don't.
Squeaky chair.
I know, squeaky chair.
We
Sorry.
need a WD-40 that thing.
No, I think it needs to be tightened
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah. because that means
It's
there's movement between where the legs are and stuff, so it needs to be tightened. That's my logic. I don't know if that's real, but
Greta's looking for squirrels out there. 100%. She's like on squirrel
she's
patrol.
a varmint hunter.
What's your guys' one place you want to go that you haven't yet?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hmm.
So it would have to be somewhere that we both have not been.
Can it count if I say the East Coast? Like, does that count? Because, like,
I've been to the East
everything's
Coast.
so close together.
I haven't seen everything, but I've been.
Yay, Victor's here!
Victor, what's up, Vic?
Yay!
My brother Victor. Well, I guess we could say it separately because I was going to try to say like places that neither of us have been.
Yeah.
that we
Okay,
wanna
then
go.
I want to say the East Coast, and you would say places we've never been on the East Coast together.
I've been to most of the good ones.
Okay, well, now I don't want to go. I'm just kidding.
You know what I would like to do is I would like to see Atlanta more, but I'd like to go the right time of year to it so it's not too hot. But Atlanta's pretty cool. But I've seen New York, Philadelphia, Washington D.C.
Well, I haven't done any of that, so
So anyways, but somewhere where we both have not been.
okay.
Where?
I don't. For like pretty much anywhere for me. Like I took a road trip to Iowa when I was a kid, and
Apparently
that's
she's
it.
not going to play along. So I'll,
Can we get more camping videos? You are. It's kind of like I said. It's a little bit. I called it a little bit of a mini series that we just decided to do while it's not too hot, and we had all of our camping gear. We actually have another one scheduled, so you'll see that within a week or so.
this is what happens when you go through your stuff and your storage and
Yeah,
you
we were
realize
like,
you have all
eh.
this stuff. You're like, oh yeah,
And there was a lot of like last minute cancellations. I think because of
May Gray.
yeah. So
This time of year.
yeah, we said why not? Let's just
Yeah.
do it. I
Well-
don't see the join membership link on my end. So I think, by the way, that is. I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's next to when you go to our channel. Sorry. What were you saying?
Nothing.
Sorry, I am.
No, it's fine.
My bad. I'm sorry. I'm like Doug on Up, where he's like squirrel.
Yeah, that's true.
It's the ADD, man.
Yeah.
I can't help it.
But yeah, we're doing another one, so stay tuned. It's coming up soon, and yeah, it's fun because there's a bunch of them. Some are better than others. Some offer more activities, kind of like where you are.
Yeah.
Better. Ones that are by surf spots are really fun.
Yeah.
So
And I'm really not into the camping in the wilderness type thing. I think really Yosemite, and then I went and camped at the San Diego Safari Park with my niece, which was great. I would do it for her again if I needed to, but ever since then, I'm like, camping's not for me, but beach camping, I'm totally fine with, especially since the Malibu fire. Michelle said, "I found you after the fire." I'm glad. So, you know,
Yeah, it's something I used to do before I had the Malibu place, and if I wanted to like be at the beach for a while, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna get a campsite and be down there, and it was worth it. So now we're kind of like we're getting into that mode of that. So
yeah,
it's
we have to, and it's good, and it's fun content. People are really enjoying it,
and it's out of a car. Like we don't, we're looking into getting something else and whatever, but like at the time being for the immediate now, it's like we have like a 4-door car that we're like loading up with a bunch of stuff, and then boom, we create this camp. So
Oh, Peter, thank you for the super chat. Let me give that a heart.
Thank you, Peter.
Peter, Pinks or Tale of the Pup?
Ooh, you know what?
Okay, that's a tough one.
All right,
but I got something.
All right.
I wonder if you're gonna say the same thing.
Well, they both offer something unique.
Okay, so I think you might be going to where I'm going. So for me, Pink's has the better tasting hot dogs and the more like unique combinations.
There's more of a variety of combinations.
A variety and whatnot.
They have a Huell Hauser dog.
Right.
Just saying.
Whereas the Tale of the Pup has the theming and the history, like more of the history. And so if I had to choose one, and I'm just going by like my stomach, I'm going to choose Pink's based on the food. Based on the food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And it's that's a great question though.
I know that is a good question.
I would agree with you there. It's like, but if you are on that side of town, over by where Tale of the Pup is, more west in West Hollywood there, you know what I mean? It's a great spot because of the icon of that hot dog, and growing up, that was a big deal in LA. Like there were some things that were like touristy that I think were icons for the rest of the world about Hollywood and LA and the beaches and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there were some things that were also synonymous with it being exciting for people who lived in LA. Like that Tale of the Pup was so cool. Like I remember it like being a thing, So yeah, I would say the Pinks for the hot dogs, Tale of the Pup for the vibes.
I would say that too. Can that count, Peter? Will that be an acceptable answer where we kind of chose both, but And also, I think Robert said it. Portillo's, very delicious too.
Yeah,
I'm actually
that because they're in Chicago, right? Or is it somewhere else? Did I say that?
Is it Chicago? I think so.
That somebody like got on me about saying it was a Chicago thing, and they were like, "No, it's not."
Yeah.
I forget. But anyways.
Whoa, they have a Pink's inside Brea Mall. Whoa, I haven't seen that. Okay, Peter said it counts. Yeah, anything at Portillo's is good. I feel like we need to get that pretty soon.
Because that's different.
Yeah.
That's more Midwest type of dog than I'm used to.
Jamie, Katie, what's the name of that yummy sauce you get from Trader Joe's that has the squash in it that you use it for pasta? It's only during the fall, and it's like it's the Harvest pasta sauce, I think it is.
Is it similar to what
No, it's not similar. I know what you're thinking of. No, it's not that one, but very close. I've tried Dove milk chocolates, and it's really good. Any plans on San Diego trips? Yes, we have one loosely planned, very loosely. But a couple things have come up. Like, how do I explain this? We have things on this calendar, and we're like, okay, this is kind of what we're aiming for, and then something else will come up that just has to work at that time. And so it's
time-sensitive things.
Do you know what I'm saying? So like
take precedence, and so things shuffle around. It's
and that's kind of how these next like 3 months are gonna go. But we definitely are getting back out there ever since the fire and the holidays. Like we really didn't. You saw like we had said a video saying like we really want to travel more. We're going to, and then life happens. I mean that's how it is, and we keep it pretty real here.
The Malibu thing really stalled us out because. There was a lot of stuff happening that was like by the day, and you'd wake up and the roads open, or meaning to residents, we'd find out and we'd be like, we gotta go, there were so many days that we had plans to do things that we scrapped, and I would get a call from someone in Malibu and saying, hey, if you want to get down here, today's the day, kind of thing, or like come now, and it was urgent because we didn't know what was happening. We didn't know when we were getting back in to get stuff out. There was all sorts of stuff happening, and so we couldn't comfortably leave to go anywhere or to do anything because I needed to be on call. We needed to be on call to be there, and it was just, you know.
Plus that we were bummed. Let's not mince it. Yeah, we were literally bummed.
Yeah, of course.
And then I think the holidays too. I remember I got a cold on Christmas. I got a cold on Halloween.
Yeah.
Like not bad on Halloween. I was on the tail end of it, but you know when you're kind of like just getting over something, you're like, ugh.
Yeah.
So it was just one of those things where it was like, Michelle, I stay at a hotel in Westport, Washington, with a view of the Pacific Ocean. It's an hour and a half away from my house. That sounds amazing.
Nice.
Anything with the ocean, and I'm happy about. Good question. Disney cruises? No cruises.
Yeah, we're just not into cruises.
It's
not like an anti-Disney thing. It's just that we don't do.
We're not cruisies.
Yeah.
It's funny. We love the ocean, but the cruise to me, I've always said it. That's my nightmare. Like if you were to describe what my nightmare is, it's being on a cruise. I couldn't think of a worse actually, it is a form of torture to me.
It's
like
just, we're weird, and it's, you know, I get it why people enjoy it and stuff. And
I said, I've said it a million times. My mom loves them.
Excuse me.
See, some people agree. Like some people are like, I love it, or it's my nightmare. And it's so funny. It's
but
like,
that's what makes the world go around. Is like if everybody liked everything would be so crowded.
Imagine.
It would be like, you think it's crowded now?
Yeah.
It would be worse.
Are you going to Disneyland this week? We go every week, pretty much.
Yeah.
Very, very sparingly do we like miss a week, but that's kind of like our jam. Is when we got our passes, we said we would always keep doing a weekly update for the channel.
Yeah.
And we like to go every week and
it's
update
fun.
us. So
it's really fun.
It is. It's like if we're spending, what is it, $1,700 or $1,800?
Well, we get our
We're
value.
gonna go every week.
We're getting our value.
We're getting down some value. We're
That's
like
right.
going to the buffet and we're gonna eat it all.
You want us to make reservations? Fine. Bing, 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 bing.
I mean, we try. You have to make them in advance anyway.
You do.
So.
You do.
Krista, I just got back from Fremont Street by Golden Nugget in Vegas. Oh my gosh, it's crazier than Times Square. It is crazy.
It is.
It is.
Now let me ask you, since you're there, because I keep hearing rumors. People keep like, there's this spin going on the internet, and I don't believe it's actually true because negativity stuff works. People are saying, Las Vegas, it's empty. There's no one here.
Oh, that's the new trend. Vegas Starfish did a.
I don't think that's true.
She did a reel on it. She said the new thing is to go out at like 2 a.m. and make it look like Vegas is not popping off, and she kind of like.
I keep seeing those, and I don't like. And you're saying right now that you just got back from Fremont, and it's like nuts. And so there you go.
Michelle, you asked about a Disney cruise. First of all, thank you for your super chat, and we just touched on that. You may not have heard our response, but we're not going to do a Disney cruise or any cruises. That's just not really our thing we talked about.
We're weird.
So I'm sorry if you happen to miss that.
But thank you for the question. And, I don't discourage anybody from doing that because I understand why the value and why people do it and stuff. It's just, we're just weird and we like certain things and don't like certain things and all that.
I mean, I think it's just to each their own.
Yeah.
Okay, Greta, you're going to have to sit on his lap for a while so I can adjust. I actually wore my pajama bottoms.
I'm going to spin her this way so she can see you.
She also likes to see the squirrel activity outside.
Yeah, and the chat. She's like, let me see the chat for a minute. I'm looking at the lower third.
Are you two going to FanFest at Universal? We did, Lisa.
Yeah,
it was a really good time. I think it was a fun idea. It's like only 2 or 3 months since the fires, but I'm wondering if anyone started building in Malibu on the coast side where the houses hang above the beach. Not that we've seen.
Nope.
I don't think that's going to be for a long time. That's a really good question.
They haven't. They've started clearing some of those, and they've cleared some lots that this beach called La Costa that is. They have like flat beach lots there. It's kind of rare for Malibu. It's more like Carbon, which is closer to the pier. How it's just flat and they're not on stilts. And I think the ones you're talking about are further down towards Topanga, and those some of them have been cleared, but as far as anything upward building, no.
Are you two? Oh, sorry. Are you going to the Universal Horror Unleashed in Las Vegas in August? I don't know specifically about like in August, but if we're there and we're around, sure. Like
Yeah,
we're
because
not.
we like to go to
yeah.
Vegas, and so yeah, we definitely want to see that whenever.
We kind of do whatever is like there. We're not gonna like travel specifically out there for that, but like
But we
if
usually
it's
try to
there,
see new
yeah,
stuff when we go.
yeah, why not?
It's a great town for that, where just about every time we go, there's something new that has popped up, and it makes it really fun and exciting for us either to go do it or put it in a video or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, we would check it out if it all lined up, and for sure.
When is Greta's birthday? We don't know. We have no idea. We don't even really know how old she is. We think between 6 to 9 years old, anywhere from 6 to 9. It's hard because she has a lot of white around her face, but the vet said that is actually her coloring. Like you can see. And then we met that other dog at the farmer's market, and he was 6 and looked identical to her. So who knows? I
Yeah.
mean, but we don't know her birthday. We don't know how old she is, and we only know a little bit of her
Let her lean back.
her
a little.
breed.
There you go.
We know that she's got Chihuahua in her. We're pretty sure probably some Corgi and some Dachshund. So that's all we really know as far as it goes. But if not,
And Mogwai, if you see the
Yeah.
ears, see the
Little
Mogwai
Mogwai.
ears.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
She, yeah, she might be old, she might not. We don't know. Let's see. Any interest in Aulani? It's our second favorite Disney property. Nothing like floating down the lazy river. If we went to the Hawaiian Islands, we would check it out. But
I don't know that we would stay there.
I don't
But
think
we would
so.
maybe go over there for the day and go see what.
Yeah, why not?
Look
See
at
what's
it.
up.
There's a lot of rad places in Hawaii, on other islands too.
Yeah.
And I always wanted to take Katie to the classic Waikiki. I know it's changed a lot, but it's still really, to me, it's still kind of, there's a little bit of kitsch to it, and a little bit of it's Waikiki. You have to experience it at some point with the skyscrapers and it's like Hawaii 5-0, man.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Are you going to Epic this year? Probably not this year. If we ever did go, it would probably be in like a year or two, I would say. Airplane scares me. Yeah, me too. It's not my favorite thing. You guys don't like Florida anymore. Love you guys. Hi, sweet Greta. She says hello. If I go to Florida next, I would really like to see what Miami is like. Like, I don't know about you, but that's what I definitely would want to see. Like, I think Florida, the weather and everything that we experienced, I think it's so cool. Like, I love the lightning storms. I love I feel like something I really enjoyed there was how breezy. And there was something about that, and I loved how I could look up at the clouds, and the clouds were always moving. It was tropical. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
So, and that was Central Florida. So I really want to see what, like I said, like what Miami is like, and I would also like to see the Bahamas, but I don't want to go on a boat to the Bahamas. I want to fly there. Let's see. Greta says she's a spring chicken. She's got a lot of pep in her step. You're right about that.
She rips it when she runs, man. She's so fast.
She does. Yeah. Let me see. By the way, Spence, I'm an LA guy now living in Colorado, but into graffiti as well.
Nice.
Big fan of your stuff. Would love to chat art stuff with you sometime.
Oh, thank you. What's the name there?
Squints Prince.
What up, Squints Prince? Thank you. Right on. I'm glad you have an interest. Yeah, I'd love to chat.
Have you guys been to Cocoa Beach, Florida? No, we've only really been to Orlando.
Yeah. Home of Kelly Slater.
Is the LA County Fair happening yet? Or are you asking like in general if we've gone? I don't think. Key West. Thank you, Jason. That's what I was talking about. Key West. I want to try that place too. Jeremy, thank you for the $5 super chat. Hey, Katie, is there a place that you haven't traveled to? It's more like I have only traveled to a few places. Like, right out of high school, I was pretty much married, and I mean, really didn't do much. And then the pandemic happened, so really, I've not done much at all. You'd be surprised.
Got
and
rid
plus
of that ball and chain.
Yeah. Well, plus that, I also was afraid of flying. I mean, I still kind of am, but there's that. So it's like I've done not much at all. The amount of the world I haven't seen is staggering. It's bad.
But you've been to, let's see now, you've been to Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico,
Oh yeah, Arizona.
and
I've been to Iowa because we
Iowa,
drove there when I was a kid.
Florida,
I've been to Canada when I was a baby.
and Canada.
And I've been to Michigan when I was a baby.
So 6 states and 1 country.
Oh yeah, United States. Yeah. I was like, wait, what country did I go
just so
to?
because she's always like, I haven't been anywhere. I'm
Or-
like, well, you've been
yeah,
to 6
and
states
then
and 1 other
Canada.
country.
Yeah. It's just that when I did Canada, Michigan, Iowa, I was a kid and a baby, and I don't remember that much.
So you're
Like
talking
I
about
remember being in Iowa
in your
and the
adult-
corn.
Yeah,
I remember how delicious it was and running
So
through and the
you're
farms.
gonna have flashbacks in our yard because our corn is starting to grow massive.
I'm telling you, I loved Iowa.
It's waste
and
time.
that's why I like driving up the 5 in California, because a lot of people are like, I want to drive on the coast. Listen, I love the coast, but I like farms more. I love
She
looking at
loves
the
five,
cows
the
and
5 drive. She loves it.
I love it. I love it. I
The
love
straight line
it.
through the farms, and you're just like monotonous.
Not me. I'm like this out the window.
Like I love the 395 drive where you're going up through the towns, and every hour you go through a different town, and you stop, and the mountains are over here, and it's so great.
I
And
love the farms.
she doesn't like the 395.
Give me the
drive.
farms. I love Greta. She's the best. Thank you.
Greta's better.
Key West is the vibe. Did they fix the Matterhorn right? I heard it went down for refurbishment.
No, really.
At least I think. Pastilles has a great spaghetti place in it. The LA County Fair starts this month.
Oh,
Wow.
okay.
Wow, that does seem early.
And it starts, and then OC Fair kind of like overlaps.
Comes
and then-
after.
but it comes after, right?
I think so.
Or is OC Fair in the summertime?
OC Fair is definitely
Is it
the
summertime,
summertime.
Greta?
It's when it's the hottest ever. That's when it happens.
Yeah, but it's nice down there because it's kind of coastal.
Yes.
It's Costa Mesa, right?
It is.
Yeah.
You should definitely do a road trip to South Dakota and see Mount. Okay, so I did that when I was a baby, not baby, but really young, to get to Iowa.
So 7 states we're finding out
No.
now.
I'm saying I went through them. I never got to stay there, but I remember walking up to Mount Rushmore vaguely.
Yeah, I'd say that counts.
Okay. But I still I want to go and see
I get it. I'm just
and
messing with you.
explore. I want to go to
I just have
Texas.
to hear it all the time. Like, I haven't been anywhere. I'll say, oh, I've been there. And she's like, I haven't been there. And I'm like,
Is that how I say it? Is that really how I say
I haven't
it?
been there. Something, I don't know.
Wow.
But,
wow, guys.
But now I can say,
Apparently that's how I
actually,
say
you've
it.
been to 7 states and 1 country. Possibly more states. We're probably going to find out more.
No, you won't. I really have not.
As we peel back the onion here in this live
Oh
stream,
my gosh.
we're starting to find
here,
things into
Greta.
the layers.
Come to your favorite parent.
Greta's wagging her tail because she knows. She's like, oh yeah,
Come on, Greta.
let's get
Come
that
on,
onion
yeah.
peeled.
Yeah, she. Jeez.
Oh, boy.
Jeez. Okay. Let me see. Any updates on Malibu coming soon? Yeah, we're a little behind on that. We had some stuff going on, so. But we have it on the schedule.
Yeah, we're gonna, try to see what else is going on. The road was closed, last week?
Yeah, that was actually one of the days we were supposed to go, and then the
Yeah.
rain kind of happened, and
Yeah.
we are not about to do. Even though we have the pass, I think they did it to where you couldn't even get in with or without a pass.
Yeah, nobody was getting in.
That squeaky chair.
Yeah. Katie's really sound sensitive lately. I think it's in her older age. She's one of these people that's like anything. So it's like,
I know. Well, when we were on our camping trip, sound traveled at that campsite, and there were kids that were just being kids.
yeah.
But it was kind of getting late, and I realized I get really tired early, and I was like, oh,
lady.
these kids, they're so loud. They were kind of screaming, to be fair, but they're kids. And
Katie's the.
I never used to be that sensitive,
She's,
though.
the female version of the get off my lawn guy.
Oh my gosh, I am not.
Yeah, with the cane and the.
I am not.
Turn the sprinklers on you.
Oh my gosh, he's absolutely
kidding.
lying.
I'm kidding.
But for real. I get seasick, but I like to travel too, even though they have met. Yeah. When is Disneyland going to bring back the Phantasmic Dragon? Honestly, I don't think they ever will, because they can get away with it. People
Yeah.
will keep paying. People will keep going.
They're going to try to hold out till everybody
There would have to be
Who
a
cares about the
huge-
dragon's gone, and then
Yeah.
nobody's will know.
No one will care.
Like, what do you mean they had a dragon? What are you
Why?
talking about?
That's why they're.
I've been coming here for 10 years. There's no
Right.
dragon, and you're like, well, that's fair.
Yep, they're not. They are making sure that we do not care. I will assure you, they will
Do not
never do it.
remember that we had entertainment.
Well, it's like, do you like? I was talking to somebody the other day, like I don't know who, but I was like, do you remember the breakfast over at Flo's V8 Cafe? No. My point exactly. I promise you, they are going to forget.
Yep.
Everybody's going to forget. The standard of Disneyland is just getting lower and lower and lower because we all keep paying. We all keep going. We're guilty of it. So I'm not saying that. Diane, I'm the same as Katie with the loud kids. I need peace and quiet. I know. It's like, again, I love kids, but I just noticed that I'm sensitive to the noise, if that makes any sense. That's all it is. It's me. I think it's a woman thing, the noise thing. I like it quieter earlier, too. That's what it is. Barking dogs drive me crazy. Yeah, and sometimes that'll get me if it's repetitive for a long time. But, yeah, I agree. It's like, especially when it's later at night.
I was watching a video of a guy doing campground stuff, and he was at, I think it was San Onofre by the military base.
Yeah.
And you can hear them play Reveille in the morning, which is you know, they play that in military base.
Yeah.
And then at night you hear I think it's taps at night when they
I've never heard of any of this.
but yeah, he was saying you could hear it, you know. And also on the coast, if you camp anywhere, most places on the California coast, on the trains go by, so that's a fun thing. When we were at Laguna, that didn't happen.
Yeah, it was really quiet.
The train goes around Laguna.
Yeah, it was
So-
really quiet.
Similar to Malibu, the train doesn't go through Malibu either.
Why are you sticking
The lady that originally owned all that property fought the city and just about bankrupted herself fighting they wanted to put a train through there. you know.
Yeah.
And originally there was a train that came up PCH through that tunnel, and then it went up to Long Wharf, which was at right there below Palisades, and that's where the LA Harbor was. And it was a mile-long wharf that went out. The streetcar went out there, like the Pacific Electric trolleys went out there.
Huh.
That's all, long gone. And then they built Long Beach, like later, way later.
Amber said it right. One more big piece of fan will break, Fantasmic will break, and they'll just retire it knowing Disney. Yeah, that's what'll happen. Katie, would you do an updated makeup video? I don't know if that's something I would do. They're too hard to film, and I am not good at it, but maybe. It's never say never, but I don't have any, active plan, and I appreciate it, but, man, I would probably steer you in not a good direction. I'm not good at it. Even the cooking is what I'm more focusing on trying to get right. I filmed a cooking thing, and I was not happy with the footage, and so I'm gonna do it again. I scrapped it.
I wondered what happened because I knew you were filming in there, and then I never.
Yeah,
I was like, what happened?
it just didn't
I
work
get it.
out. But just so you know that I'm not just saying yeah, I'm gonna do it and then not doing it. I'm really trying. I just don't want it to be as crappy as it looked. So I'm just not happy with it.
Well,
so
during the pandemic, we felt like we could get away with more because of the fact that there was limited
nothing to
resources,
do.
and it was as far as we couldn't find this ingredient because the stores didn't have anything.
Right.
Like we were looking for, we couldn't find any hearts of palm, so we just we didn't.
Yeah, it was such a
I'm trying
different
to find
time.
an example, but
Yeah.
it's different now when you have everything at your disposal.
Yeah.
There's an expectation, I think,
And I'm also in a new kitchen that
yeah.
in Malibu, the layout was a little bit easier because of how it was set up, and then I was used to it. It was so tiny.
And you just spin around.
It was so tiny in all the right ways.
It was like a galley.
It was, yeah. It was
on a
good.
boat, because it's like living on a boat.
It
basically
is like
there.
living on a boat.
Yeah.
So, we'll see. Let's see. I've watched you two for 6 years. Great channel. Wow, Julie, thanks you.
Thanks, Julie.
I'm sure we have a few people like that.
Sorry about
Getting older.
Yeah, it's just how it goes.
We used to camp in OFRC, and I can't pronounce that, so I'm not going to try, but along the Russian River.
Okay.
I can't read that, and I don't want to get that wrong. It's right here.
Where's it? Oh, Guerneville,
Oh,
Sebastopol. Yeah.
Thank goodness for you. I wasn't even gonna try to try to pronounce that.
No, that's rad.
Hi, baby. I love when she curls up into a little ball. Are you tired? Hi.
Yeah.
She like curled up into a little ball. I wish you guys
Hearst
could
Castle
see.
is beautiful. Yeah, I know. It's funny. I was just thinking about Hearst Castle yesterday because we've been thinking about all these coastal trips and
Coastal
everything, and
areas.
I've never actually gone up there.
Really?
Never done it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Courtney Nakashima, I've missed these. So glad I
The
could make
Nakashima
it.
family.
Yes, you guys have been such good supporters of our channel. Thank
Absolutely.
you. Caught you before the pandemic and have been here ever since. Wow. Yeah, we have a few people like that. And then some people found us during the pandemic. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Is food bad at Disneyland? I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad. It's not.
I think you'd be surprised. I mean, some things are, you know, you kind of go, oh, well, it's a theme park, right? But then there's some things that are pretty darn good. Is it expensive? Yes.
Yeah, it's overpriced.
It's overpriced, I think, and so I think sometimes that's where when you can say, well, it's a theme park, like, wow, I paid this much for like a slice of pizza, and it's not like the best pizza in the world, but you have to just remember where you are. It's like, you know, it's that kind of thing. So
it used to be. There were times like, and there were food items there that like I specifically would think about and miss.
Yeah.
But like they got like, for instance, the sun-dried chicken tomato pasta over at Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta in Disney California Adventure. I would specifically crave that, and that's gone now. So it's like there's just weird
there's
little
some good
things,
stuff. Trust me, like the Disneyland corn dog.
Is really good.
It's really good.
Really good.
Some people don't like them from the certain locations because they're a little bit different. But other than that, so yeah, I mean, I think it's better than most theme parks. I will say that.
Yeah.
I like
and
it
not
better.
that we've gone to a million.
No, but I like it better. I like it better than the Knott's food. I will say that.
Yeah, Knott's food tastes kind of like hospital.
No
food.
disrespect to Knott's, but I just
Knott's is a great place, but is its food wonderful? Not really.
No.
Thank you, Jeremy, again for the super chat.
Thanks, Jeremy.
Spencer, have you been up to Pismo Beach?
I have. You know what? Funny you asked. I was looking into Lopez Lake Lopez. I forget how they call it, which is in Arroyo Grande, which is just inland of Pismo Beach. It's a little town that's like right next to Pismo Beach. And there's a Lake Lopez, and then there's some water slides at that lake, Mustang water slides. A very unique thing. My mom took me there when we were kids, and like we were like, it's like a campground that has water slides. Like what? Really fun water slides, like old school half pipe water slides, like similar to like, if anybody remembers, grew up in the valley, Northridge water slides. Like, just saying, it's like that kind of style.
Somebody said Spence looks like he got some sun. Listen, Spence is always red.
I get red.
He is a red guy.
My complexion is like, I don't know what it is. Also, the lighting sometimes exploits it and makes it look crazier than it is.
But he, like, when we take photos, he's red. And then I wear makeup most of the time.
Right, so the contrast makes it like, whoa.
It makes it even more. And then on top of it, I am more orange and you're more red.
Yeah.
Like, it's so funny. Like, it's very interesting. But it's funny, somebody said that. Do you watch any videos of Hey Bricky? Bricky is a really nice guy, but he does Disney content. We don't really watch a lot of Disney content, but he's a great guy.
Yeah.
Hello from Colorado Springs. Fantasmic is not the same show without Murphy the Dragon. So sad he's
It's the
ashes.
logo, right? I mean,
you're right. It is.
It's the logo of the show.
Why would they get rid of that? I'm not even trying. And again, you're a $1 billion company. The amount of excuses that Disneyland makes of like, well, we can't do. They're acting like they're this small family-run company, and like, again, it's the excuses of like, come on, you're Disneyland. Like, it's so stupid. And then people go, oh, it's just. No, they're making more money, like they're corporate executives or whatever they are.
It just comes down to the.
They're being greedy.
It comes down to the bottom line. And
cast members don't even make enough money to live around here, so I don't want to hear it when it's like, well, no.
Well, and their CEOs are,
That's what I'm saying.
They're probably taking raises every year.
Yeah, bonuses, you name it.
And they're already making,
But cast members can't make a living wage, and you can't fix and invest in your properties. Like I'm sorry, but I feel like I'm kind of salty about it, and I always will be. That'll never go away from me. I went to Italy this past weekend, thanks to you guys, and loved it. Ooh,
Oh,
good. Which one did you go to?
Yeah, I'm
Is that
curious.
what you're saying?
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
going to ask which location. Maybe Century City. Are you from Los
Ooh.
Angeles?
I don't eat much in the park, but I go to downtown Disney Ballast Point. That's not one of the items we don't ever eat there. I was unhappy.
We did
with
once.
it. Yeah, and it was awful. But
that's you.
If you like it, good.
That's just it's not your preference. Other people like it.
Lopez Lake is awesome. I lost my top on that slide. Oh gosh.
Hold on. I live in Northridge. What was Northridge water slides? So this was in the 80s, and there was a water slide place. I think it might have been on like Devonshire or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't quote me on that. You can look it up online. It was also right next door to a Malibu Grand Prix. Mm-hmm. So there was a lot of birthday parties that happened either at Malibu Grand Prix or at Northridge water slides, and they had I think they had like 10 or 12 slides, and they were like built into the ground. You know how nowadays water slides are like these towers and all this stuff. These were like built into the earth, like that snaked through, and then there was grass in between. That's kind of what Lake Lopez is like. But there was like 10 of them, and like they progressively got faster and more intense as they went across. They were even like rainbow, kind of like the racing slides at Wild Rivers. But I think they tore it down in the maybe early 90s or something. I don't know.
Cheryl said yes, I think
Topanga, Devonshire, or something like that. Yeah. But that place was rad, dude. So.
More live chats. We miss interacting with you. Katie, where are those sunglasses? Sorry, I had to. Believe me.
I used to be able to do this, but I can't do that anymore after I broke a wrist and I'm old. I used to be able to like... Who else? Did anybody used to be
I
able
could
to
do it,
that?
but I have a doggy.
Oh, man, it's like...
Look at her. She's like... She curls up into a ball and like that's what she's doing. We are going to try to bring these back weekly.
Yeah.
We're going to try, again, life gets in the way sometimes, but so far we're in week 2, and I think we're doing an okay job at that. So it's not always going to be on Wednesday. That's how we're making this adjustment. So all the more reason why you need to put on your bell notifications when you're subscribed so you don't miss it.
So AE says Malibu Grand Prix was Nordoff in Tampa. Never knew the water slides were there. Yeah, they were like literally next to it. Like if you were looking at it, it was just to its left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Whoa. Sorry. Malibu Grand Prix. You read that part, right? Yes. We're still doing our Zoom chats.
Yeah.
Best life. I went to Pismo Beach in 1994 and saw The Lion King with my family there when we stayed at a hotel on Pismo Beach. I want to go to Pismo Beach.
There's some cool hotels there's some on the cliffs
Yay, Victor,
that are really neat. And then I remember hearing a friend of mine that I used to work with say that she would go stay. They had like balcony rooms that had jacuzzis on them that were like in a.
That's cool.
Yeah, that were on the beach. And I was like, wow.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I just know that. I think I went there as a baby again. I was just told this. I was told it, so I don't know if I did.
It's fun if you have a 4-wheel drive like car or truck because you can drive onto the sand.
Woo.
And camp on the sand and
stay at the Sea Venture. Aww.
Sea Venture, I think that's it, right? That might be it.
Is?
Yeah, that sounds familiar. I think that's it.
Oh, very cool.
I think that's
they
the
have
one.
the jacuzzis on the balcony.
Yes, that's it.
Okay. We'll look into it, Diane. Are you going to come with us?
That's it.
Are you guys coming?
Yeah. And then there's these other ones that are further north that are like, they're on the edge of town and they're like on these little coves that have like little cliffs. And one of them, honestly, it used to be a Best Western, but it was like a nice Best Western. It was like, they took it over and it was like these cool, like, I forget what that one's called. I'd have to look it up. It's like something Cove or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Would you ever go to San Diego Zoo again? Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Yeah. There's a camping spot called Jalama Beach up north, too.
Kalama.
I didn't know that.
That's
sorry.
All right. You wouldn't know. Halama's great. I've never camped at Halama.
Jalama sounds better.
Oh, maybe we can go there, too.
Jalama.
I had a lot of friends camp there and go surfing because it's right there at Point Conception, so the waves can get pretty intense. And it was a popular surfing camp spot for,
Either way, I think we'll definitely we have one, I think it is. Like, we have one more booked or two. I don't know, one or two.
Yeah.
We'll definitely keep them coming, and we'll sprinkle them in, and
Yeah.
you know, as they become available and our schedule works. Nothing like too crazy, you know, because if it gets too hot, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I don't want it. Jeremy, thank you so much for the other super chat.
Thank
Katie,
you,
do
Jeremy.
you think Dylan is making the right decision by moving to Orlando? I definitely think so. I think
if he ends up going, absolutely.
Yes.
But we would support anything he did. To be fair.
Yeah. I when you love your friends and trust your friends and support them, like.
Yep.
I think, like I said, and the other thing is too, he always has a place here with us.
Yeah.
And we could visit him, and you know, he'll
be bouncing back.
He has so many friends and family here in California, so I feel like he'll probably be here quite often, even if he does whatever it is he does. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That's just the reality. I'm familiar with Century City. I was in California Rehabilitation Institute in Century City after I had my ablation. I can't say that when I'm a nurse. Go figure. A little over 2 months ago. Wow. Okay. Sea Venture looks amazing. Okay, I want to look this up too. You ever go to Magic Mountain? No. I can't do anything.
I used to.
I went a long time ago too.
Man, I used to go to Magic Mountain. I'm going to date myself, but when I used to go to Magic Mountain, there were characters. They had
actually, maybe there was when I was a kid.
They had like a wizard and
okay,
like
maybe not that.
These characters that were like, I don't know what they were.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember like, you know, the Revolution. I remember when the Colossus was built.
Lisa, this is a great comment. Have you ever thought about camping at Roar and Snore at San Diego Wild Animal Park?
Well, as a matter of fact.
The funny thing about that is, yes, thought about it and did it.
She's roared and snored, and
actually really did hear a lot of roaring.
But you didn't snore because you didn't really sleep.
No, I didn't snore. I think I maybe fell asleep for like 20 minutes. But I was on a hard rock.
And you had to keep an eye on the kids and the
yeah,
things.
It was absolutely.
Because you were one of the chaperones. And
yeah. There was absolutely no sleeping. It was had. There was a spider. It started to kind of rain. It was absolutely the only.
I was getting phone calls at like 2 a.m.
Yeah, the only positive in that entire thing was that I was with my niece, and like I said, you could be in any torture as long as you're with that sweet little girl.
True.
I would do anything. But I will say, waking up to Bo, the lion there, roaring was amazing. Like, that was amazing. Like, and nobody else was awake because it was at 5 o'clock in the morning, I think.
And he was just doing his thing.
And he was roaring and chuffing and just, it was the coolest thing. It literally goes across the whole valley. That's what it sounded like. It was like, ooh, it was amazing. It was amazing. So if you are looking into the Roar and Snore thing, I would say they have tents that are like have beds. Because we were with the Girl Scouts, they didn't have that option. Do a bed situation.
Yeah.
Do a bed situation, and I would do that again. Like if that was a thing, I think you would like it because hearing him roar in the morning. We'll actually look into that. Maybe we could do something like that. I heard Six Flags was closing soon. Oh, isn't that like one in another state? I don't know.
I believe so.
Yeah. I remember the characters at Magic Mountain. Too much idiot violence going on at Magic Mountain. Oh, wow. That sucks.
It was always kind of a teenager park.
Oh, is it? Yeah, because it's a big kids ride, right?
Yeah, and it was always, because it was like scary rides, and so the teenagers want to prove themselves and, take their friends. It's just the whole thing. But I remember it always being rowdy over there.
Oh.
Always.
But I think that one that's closing, I think, is in another state.
Yeah.
I think. Is it scary camping at the Wild Animal Park? Absolutely not. Like, it's a really nice campground, and everybody's really helpful and sweet. I liked it. I would totally do it again.
That's a great park over there.
Yeah. I just think, and it was different though too. I was with, the entire campground was all Girl Scouts, so it was adorable. Like, when I tell you it was the most adorable little thing, like, I'm telling you, it was so stinking cute. Like, oh my gosh. Like, what is it? It's that age too, because they were, gosh, I'm trying to remember how old, but they're not teenagers yet, I guess you could say. And it's that age where it's just,
There's still wonder.
they're just so precious. And
Yeah.
like I said, it was just adorable. And yeah, so there was something about that was so cute. So if you go though, you're not going to have a whole campsite with Girl Scouts, so I can't speak to that part. But how could you be scared when you're with a bunch of adorable little, like, it was cute.
Somebody said I'm rose gold. I'm not red. I'm rose gold. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But it is funny though. Again, like how you always read just red, and
I read red. I think
also
it's like I said, it's the contrast. Because if you see me without your face, it doesn't look as extreme.
Also too though, we're in the sun for a day, and he will like turn this beautiful bronzy brown, and I turn orange Oompa Loompa. Like, it's the funniest thing. Like, I just have so much.
Well, you can kind of tell here, like my arm.
Because you're.
And then look at the difference.
Aren't you? You're more Indian or something, right? So that's what it is. Whereas I'm more European. Like everybody. My whole side of my family.
My dad's complexion, like this is the lightest part of my dad is like this.
Yeah,
he's
so
pretty dark.
And my whole side is all German, so
yeah.
So I'm just all white, and then I get orange, and then you just get this beautiful tan and red. Yeah, it explains a lot though, because you're so into nature, like camping and nature. I like it too. But
I'm also Irish too, so it's like I have this.
You have that too. Yeah. So. Be out by you guys next month. Would love to see you both. Yeah, we'll probably see you at Disney, I'm assuming. We see a lot of people at Disney. Would you ever work at Disneyland? If so, what job? I would never work there. I don't think I could.
I mean, we've talked about like, in a fantasy sense of like, if you did.
If I did. What would I want to do? I
would want to probably drive one of the cars.
Oh, that'd be fun. What would I do?
Yeah, where can we?
I don't know. I might, if I did it. I had an idea, but then I was like, nah, I wouldn't want to do that. I'd almost thought I would want to work an attraction, but then I'm like, nah, I would kind of get sick of it. I feel like I would like to work in like, what would you call it? Like I would like to be with the characters, like a character person, not the character, but the person.
Like the character liaison or whatever.
Yeah,
they call
because
that.
I feel like I've had so much experience working in schools and working with kids and.
Because they sometimes will speak for the character.
And I feel like I'm good at interpreting that, and I feel like I would be good at that, and I would like it. So that's what I would do.
And dealing with what comes with all of that interaction.
Yeah, like I feel like I'd be good at it.
Yeah, you probably would.
I think so. I don't know. Maybe I would be terrible. Same. I have a naturally red face. Yeah, Diane, you're right. You do kind of skew on that. Same thing. Whereas I just go straight orange. Michelle, thank you for asking about the Costco coffee. We talked about it earlier, and you might not have been in here. Yeah. We haven't tried it yet. We're finishing up another round of coffee, but we're gonna try it, and I'm really excited.
It's a coffee can, so we can wait.
Okay. Grew up in Newport, spent many weekends at Disneyland as well as grad night. I saw your video when you guys went camping at Crystal Cove. It was wonderful to watch. Thank you. A lot of people really enjoyed it. Like I said, it's kind of a little bit of a mini series for us because we're going to do a few more. Yeah. We definitely have one more scheduled, so you see that within the next couple weeks. I would say probably about 2 weeks you'll see it. So it'll be fun. I need a merch search from y'all soon. Yeah, next time we go to Disneyland, thank you for reminding us. We'll definitely do that.
Also, in referring to the camping thing, you're going to want to watch the next one too, because the first one was like a test run, like a dry run almost of like, what do we need? What do we forget? There was a bunch of things. We made a list. And so you'll see the improvements.
Hopefully.
No, you will. There already is. You'll see improvements as we do these. The camp will get a little bit more dialed in. So.
Well, you guys are amazing. Love the Costco trips. You should do a coffee vlog. How do you make your coffee? That's fun. I like that idea. Yeah. You'd be great in Candy Palace, Cheryl. I agree. Make Cheryl work there.
Yeah.
Do you guys ever go fishing at the beach or a lake? No, I'm not big into fishing.
Yeah, it's funny we're talking about Lake Lopez, but I stopped fishing. I grew up fishing, like trout fishing and stream fishing. My dad taught me, and lake fishing, all that stuff. But like, I just, unless unless I'm eating it or like, and I'm not really into trout anymore. So I don't really, it's same with the ocean thing. Like I like ocean fish but I wouldn't go on a boat to go do that. Cheryl's done that. Cheryl was like a deep sea fisherman, like crazy, hardcore, caught big game fish, like for real. But yeah, the fishing, like, I don't know, I'm not into it anymore. I feel I'm like too into animals to where I'm like, dude, unless I need that food, well, I don't want to like traumatize an animal and catch it. And that's just me personally. Like, I don't judge anybody else.
Spence also, he's not a big meat eater in general.
But I like certain kinds of fish though, and things, but like, the fishing as a sport, the idea of it, I think
it's
is
just
great.
Not your jam.
Yeah, it's just I'm too sensitive for that. I feel bad, dude.
Yeah, take a broom. Yes, we will.
That was it. Oh,
we have that
you.
on our list.
Thank you.
We have that on our list.
I'm gonna make sure that gets.
I already wrote it.
You did, thank
I
goodness,
literally wrote it on my phone.
I was like, I forgot a broom.
And thankfully, we have a little while before our next one. So
when you haven't done things like that in a while, you forget all the little things that you have in your kit. Like even snowboarding.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like little things, man. That just like you. It's just this frequency,
true.
Thing.
You should try a trip to Cannery Row in Monterey. Okay, so we did, but was it before the pandemic, during the pandemic?
It might have been during.
I don't know. What?
We've been up there.
Well, you might see that again soon.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just saying. That's why I don't do it anymore. How do you guys feel about Dylan going to Florida? We talked about that a little bit earlier, but we definitely support anything.
Yeah.
We love him and
Yep.
we want that. I have to ask, Spence, you hankering for a hunk of cheese?
Very
so
good.
forgot about that after school special song until you brought it up a few ago. Thanks for the trip down memory lane.
That guy, I think I referenced him about something else, or like I'm gonna end up looking like that guy, or like I'm gonna turn into him or something, or I don't know. But yeah, that was like a, cartoons that we saw in the 70s were like the Schoolhouse Rock type thing.
Yeah.
It was like edutainment type
Good
stuff. Conjunction
man.
Junction, what's your function?
Yeah, I
Working
love
on
that.
cars,
Conjunction Junction, what's your function?
Yeah.
I love the Crystal Cove camping video. We live in Long Beach and we visit Spencer's graffiti art at Belmont Shores to make sure it's okay. Just beautiful. Thank you, Daisy. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's so cool.
That was really fun, and I can't wait to go back and do that, even if we ever get to go back and do that there.
Yeah, that would be really cool.
Yeah.
What's your opinion about the Snow White movie? Do you think they should have done a traditional replication of the cartoon, or what do you think about how they used a Spanish/Mexican lady lead? My thing was just, first of all, they make all these live actions, they kind of just suck in general. And then I didn't like that what's-her-face, she really kind of talked down about Snow White in general.
Yeah, you didn't care about anything
else. Well, I do think, too, though, like, she's German, like, especially because I'm a German girl.
Right.
I thought that would have, and it's all about her being Snow White. So, yeah, it just also just looked like crap. So, haven't seen it, no plans to.
There was something that I thought about, because I really didn't, I didn't care either way. I was just like, whatever, I don't watch most of the new Disney stuff, I don't care. But I thought about it the other day, and I was like, that's weird, because Snow White was, and I think I thought of it when we were at Carthay.
Mm-hmm.
Snow White was the thing that catapulted the company and made it successful and sent it on its way. That was the real first big, huge success for that company.
It defined the company.
Right, and it's known, it's very well known that Snow White is sacred to that company because of that,
Yeah.
So the fact that they kind of like half-stepped with this thing or whatever they did, they just, it's such a sacred property of theirs that I'm so surprised that they, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, I feel like was outside of all the controversy, it just was a terrible approach and a terrible attempt, I thought. Something's
what do you
out there.
See? What do you see? Do you see something out there?
That's just my opinion.
You were saying, though, it's ironic that the original movie, like, made the company, and this one, like, not that it did destroyed the company, but it definitely failed.
I just feel
they trashed Snow White. Thank you.
Right,
That's
and then I think a part of that question also was referring to, like, do you think they should have just remade the animated version? No. I think the animated version is such an artistic thing. It's just it's it's an antique. You know what I mean? It's amazing.
Yeah.
Perfect. So I just think they should make news stories. You know, they're always talking about storytelling and all this stuff, but
I know, if
what
I have to
about-
hear Josh DeMauro one more time, how many times have you heard that guy go on stage
but
and go,
he's right.
guys, we're the storytellers. You guys are telling no news stories.
Wait, that's the thing. It's like
They're doing
It is about
nothing.
storytelling, but like
All they're
you're just-
doing is remakes
you're doing
and
the same
sequels.
stories. Yeah. So
Remakes and sequels.
you need to inspire people with some new stuff, you know, and that's why I don't watch anything really. And even the remakes, I'm like, what are you remaking something that was so great for? It's like going, hey, we're going to remake the Picasso. You guys want to come see it? No, why? I want to go see the real Picasso.
And again, I saw the trailer for Lilo
know?
and Stitch, and while it looks good, I'm probably...
I meant the Mona Lisa, I think is what I said.
Oh. But anyways, while it looks good, I feel like everybody's going to go see it because it does look good. That's just going to tell Disney, cool, keep making these remakes. So they will, and it's like,
Because I don't know
they'll
if
never make news stories.
I may stand alone in that aspect of like, I see these things as like pieces of art within themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that cartoons are art and all that stuff, but I'm saying like, it's like a piece, you know, like Snow White, the cartoon that was done back in those days. It's like,
It's a piece of art.
I don't know how else to explain that, but like, it's the same thing as saying like, hey, we're doing a new version of the Mona Lisa.
Mm-hmm.
Why?
Yeah.
You know? I don't know. Does anybody else feel that way?
Yeah.
Or is it just me? Because
See, in
I
that
think I'm
Elio,
sometimes
somebody
really-
said there's a movie Elio coming out, or Elio, I don't even know how it's said.
Okay.
That, honestly, like, that did not look like Disney. It didn't look like anything special to me.
Yeah.
Like, there was no part of me that was like, ooh, I'm excited about that
Yeah.
at all. But that could just be me. I don't know.
And it was hand-drawn animation. Exactly. I think that's another reason it's so like...
There was somebody on Instagram that did something about that, and they said, in a world of nothing but replication, AI, whatever, if Disney would do what they did best, why do you think we all love and associate Disney with, like, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, whatever it is, Pinocchio, like, stuff like that? It's because it is hand-drawn, there is care, there is research, but they won't invest in that anymore.
There's
and
something... Well, there's something...
Gosh, there's
I would
a
almost...
good reel
I would almost say...
remember.
You know, it's like equating to like vinyl, listening to a good vinyl through a really amazing sound system or something. It's like hearing the pops and hearing it like gives it a dimension, and like something about that being hand drawn. It's not perfect.
Yeah, we're literally
know,
in a world
The
of...
perfection is confusing because like,
Mhm.
I think it like, I don't know.
That's kind of, to be fair, too, like, that, when we talk about it frequently, like, when we look at our channel, if I'm being honest with you guys, like, we're in a world where people have access to, and, you know, we could probably too, but, you know, there's so many, like, there's so much fancy equipment, and there's a lot of, like, really nifty editing and da-da-da-da-da. But we look at our channel sometimes and we're like, we don't want to be as polished. Like, that's not the goal we ever wanted for this. Like, do we want to have, like, some pride in our channel and, like, make it not look jank, of course.
Yeah.
But we want to kind of look a little bit realistic.
Well, relative to kind of what we actually are, as opposed to, you know, a lot of times, it just in production and things, everything is kind of, you know, made to look, you know, bigger, better, you know, and everything coming in, like, you know, looks good already, but then
polished.
It's like, no, let's, you know, make it even better. And where it's
Yeah.
like, well, we're just kind of like coming at it like this is kind of how we are, and we're not really
And I think
we're not
that's-
gilding it too much.
Yeah,
you
and
know?
I think we try to also share with you, like, I think there's something about when, I don't watch a lot of YouTube, but when I do, I notice that I relate and I do better when I'm watching, even if I don't agree with them, I like knowing who the people are. Like, like when we used to just go to Disneyland, for instance, we would go to Disneyland, make a vlog, and then that would be it. I would always want to know, like, who are these people? Like, what are they? And I'm not saying I need to know their medical history or their voting status, but I want to know, like, what are their favorite foods? Like, what is it? And I think that's
because
what
you're looking for relatability. I think when we watch things, I do this, but like I think people like to find things in common with
Yeah.
stuff that they like watching. If like,
And even stuff
oh,
when
that's
it's
cool,
not
like,
in common. Like,
the
it's just...
guy uses the same kind of wetsuits I do. That's rad, um,
Or even just, though, like, there's imperfections in humans
yeah,
that I think is more appealing than again, like, let's just use us as an example. If you were to just see the polished...
imperfections.
Right. Well, we are the flagship of that. But I'm saying, like, if you were to go and see this, like, this polished couple that every shot is just the cinematic shot, you want to see, to me, I want to see, like, a little bit of imperfection. It's kind of like plastic surgery. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's making it look like something that's not real to me.
Yeah.
I want to see real. I want to see that. So that's what we try and do.
Yeah.
I don't know if that made any sense, but... my bad. Rick sends a super chat.
Thank you, Rick.
Give it a heart. Will you go see the new Toy Story 5, 6, or whatever? It would have to be with my niece if she really wanted to see it for whatever reason.
Yeah, like here's the other thing is we don't go to a lot of movies for one thing, but it's something that like I wouldn't be opposed to seeing in a theater. Like
Yeah.
I would,
There's certain ones like I was opposed to, like Snow White. That was a hard.
Am I gonna run to go see it? No, but like if we were somewhere and we're like, hey, we're gonna see a movie, and like, oh, the only thing is playing. Well, we can see Toy Story is playing right now. Okay,
Yeah,
I'll go see it.
yeah, and the likelihood of that happening is about slim to none. But hey, you never say never.
Speaking of movies, though, has anybody else seen that they're doing, because there's not a lot of new stuff coming out, I think related maybe to the pandemic, I'm not sure, but they're releasing a lot of old movies into the theaters
Yeah, I've seen that.
on the big screen. We went and saw Close Encounters. This was last year, right?
Or yeah.
I saw that advertised, and so Katie Henry,
Oh, what do you see? What do you see? She's on it. She sees something.
anyways, Katie Henry and I went and saw it. It was great. It's one of my favorite movies. Steven Spielberg. You can go see a Spielberg movie from that era on a big screen. Come on.
She's on
But they did. I think they did Jaws. They've done E.T. They've done a lot of classics. But I think it's a great idea, especially when we're in a time when there's not a lot of great new content coming out. There's just not. Let's be fair. And I don't know if anybody else has done that or seen that, or if you haven't. It's really cool, and
It was really
would
fun.
recommend doing that.
Are you going to do some more fun stuff for Halloween this year? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, having the house is huge. How are those croissants from Costco? We get them every time we go, and they are delicious.
And if you put them in the air fryer for like 3 minutes, it's an experience of crispy fluffiness.
Very good.
That is c'est bon.
Yeah, I just like them like squishy how they are. Like they're really good. Not sure if anyone said this. Are you going to Epic Universe? Not any.
Nobody said that
now.
yet. That's so weird.
Yeah.
But we're not. No.
No, we're totally kidding. A ghost, my dog sees. No, she sees like any movement. Like she'll see birds or squirrels or anything, and she's going. They did that last holiday, and I wanted to watch Gone with the Wind. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Oh, apple fritter in the air fryer? That's a good idea.
Oh, wow.
That's a really good idea.
Dang. What do you guys think of the Disneyland ghost stories?
They're kind of fun.
Yeah.
There's the, what's the one on the Space Mountain called?
Oh, I forgot.
Like the getaway guy or the...
There's something. Oh, how's Pixar Charlie? He's good. We talked to him today on the phone.
Yep.
Every time we do a live stream, we literally had just talked to him. We actually made plans with him for June. We're going to be hanging out in June.
Catalina Island trip. See, Katie, I'm telling you.
Catalanopa Island. No, I don't want to go on that boat.
Take a little Dramamine.
I've done that before. No thanks. I don't. There was no part of Catalina that was like
Catalina's
something I would
really
do.
fun. You must have had a bad experience or went with the wrong people.
No, we went with my family. It was a good time, but is it something that I'm like? There's so many other things I want to do.
I would show you the most fun time.
You're very sweet, and I'm sure you would.
I would.
But I don't want to go on that boat. I don't want to go on that boat. You did take me to Blair's, and I love that.
You get to see dolphins, and it's so cool.
Yeah,
The boat ride's actually fun.
I disagree.
And you sleep on the way back. You just crash out and sleep.
Look at her. She's on alert. So Hawaii trip is out the window. No, it's not. It's it'll.
I even
think
played a
that'll
golf
happen.
tournament over there when I was a kid. I used to be in the Southern California Junior Golf Association.
Oh.
Played a tournament on Catalina.
Are you gonna do Not Scary Farm and HHN this year? More than likely.
More than likely.
Yeah, we have fun. We have fun doing those. If
Yeah.
like other things come up, then maybe not. But we like going to the haunts.
Yeah.
Like they're fun to do. I think it's like a fun way to celebrate the season.
Yeah.
Mr. One Way on Space Mountain.
Mr. One Way. Thank you.
Thank you, because I was like, I gave up. I
Yeah.
gave up.
Mr. One Way.
Spencer did a good job last year. Thank you.
Thank
He
you.
did. I agree. I agree. Did you know the Matterhorn at Disneyland has a basketball court in it? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if Deborah Stone haunts the building where they put the Disney Vacation Club because it's been 50 years. Ooh, I don't know. Did you enjoy Fan Fest? Yes, it was
fun.
so much fun.
I'm
I
a
think
fan.
we had a good group too.
Yeah.
Like we had, it was me and you and Dylan and Kenny, and like
Mhm.
we all had a good time. Especially dancing. That was my favorite part.
That was the best part.
I think it was the best part. Would you go to Disney World's Magic Kingdom Christmas party? No, I don't. That to me, I feel like is not worth it. I don't think so because, like, also didn't they stop doing the lights on their castle for Christmas? How weird is that?
I don't know.
I'm like,
Was that the one where they would give out cookies and stuff? Or something?
yeah, that's their party. But I just noticed that they didn't do whatchamacallit, like they didn't light up, they wouldn't put lights on their castle. But I'm not really in a hurry to go back to Disney World. Like truly,
We've done a bit of it.
yeah, I think I did so much of it, and then I think I'm really like there's so many other things I want to do.
Well, it's funny because if you look back, we used to say this prior to the big old 2020, bleh,
The panini.
the panini. We really were always people would say, "Are you guys ever gonna go to Walt Disney World?" And we're like, "Yeah, I don't know." We were like, "We're just Disneyland people," and that was always our thing. Like I'm talking way back.
Yeah, back in like 2018,
And
2019.
really, I have to be honest, what drove us out there was the fact that
Disneyland was
it
closed.
was closed.
Yeah.
We were kind of, it motivated us more. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's very true. Did you get that lemonade? Is that what you're drinking?
I haven't tried it yet.
What is that?
That's
Lemonade?
a little. No, I had pineapple juice, and then it's a little leftover that you see in there.
It smelled fruity. That's what I thought.
Yeah,
I could
it's actually
smell
good
it.
if it just a little bit of pineapple juice and then water. It's like
We water down everything. That
yeah, it's
we're
almost like
weirdos.
cucumber water, but pineapple.
Becky, thank you so much for the super chat.
Thank you, Becky.
What food or treat is something you're looking forward to for the 70th? I
Have
looked
you-
over.
I haven't seen the thing yet.
Nothing excited me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was kind of like, I thought there was like maybe one thing, but really like nothing.
We're gonna
really
have
excited me.
to. That's gonna be something we're gonna have to just go and see because like
Yeah, we'll see it naturally.
yeah,
As we do.
I haven't looked at like a food guide or anything
There was
like
a
that.
food guide. I looked at it and I was like, ooh, like I don't.
Yeah, I usually
know.
let Katie kind of handle all that.
Yeah.
That research, but yeah, we'll see.
Greta looks like a Chihuahua and a Dachshund. Yeah, we're pretty sure she's that, and then possibly some corgi.
There's a little Korg in there.
We think she's got some Korg in her.
Yeah.
Don't water down your margaritas.
No.
Definitely not.
No, or your martinis, like at Carthay. Like, I beg of you, if you
Don't
get a
do it.
martini. And it's so funny because they call it like a classic martini. It's like, it's not a classic martini. They don't have an ice cube in any martini that I've ever seen in my life. Anyways.
I felt the same way when I looked at the food. Yeah, like, thank you, Courtney. I thought the same thing. I just was like, like there wasn't. First of all, I'm a chocoholic, so when I was looking at some of the desserts, it was like, it's birthday cake. Like, not a bad thing, but I was kind of like, meh. And then there was a lot of just food coloring. Like, it was a lot of just blue and purple,
Well,
and then
didn't that stuff get banned? Or they kind of try to use it
I
while
don't-
to
I-
get rid of it?
I have no idea. My point is, though, there was nothing that, like, I looked at and I went, oh my gosh, I can't wait to try that.
Yeah.
You know? Like, it's not that it looked, like,
Hey,
terrible, but...
Maybe, you know how some of the restaurants at like Downtown Disney or DCA, like they'll do things that we haven't even seen or know about. I don't know.
Yeah, that was on there, too. They put
Ah,
everything on there.
oh
And there
well.
was just nothing that, like, really exciting for me.
Mhm.
So... I'm disappointed in the colors and posters for the 70th. It does not look as super as the 60th. I know.
That's what a lot of
Saw
people have
that
been
too.
saying.
Yeah. I think the 60th felt better because it was like a diamond celebration and they really
So
made
the
it.
colors were like silver and blue.
It
kind of
also
like,
had class to it. There was
Yeah.
something about this elegance and class to it that
This-
really felt like classic Disneyland, where this feels like
this color
celebrate
scheme's
happy. It's like,
But but it's like a weird mix of like a Mardi Gras, like and like a weird, like the color
Yeah.
scheme. It isn't usually an anniversary has a color scheme that's reflective of the year, right?
Well, I also thought
Like you were
maybe
saying,
they're doing like these. I want to say they almost went for these like jewel tones, but they should have leaned into the jewels. Like they could have really maybe went somewhere with that, and it was just
run the jewels.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah. Thank you, Jeremy. Again, Katie, any
Thank you,
new
Jeremy.
plants popping up? Yes, we'll have a garden update coming for you.
Let me tell you,
Um,
we had to do it last minute.
this is a good question. Do you think they're going to downplay the 70th so that they could do a bigger 75?
You know, it's funny you say that because originally I had thought they weren't going to do anything for the 70th.
Same,
and that they
yeah.
were going to lean into the 75. Maybe. But I mean, that's, yeah, I don't know.
It's hard to say.
That's an interesting thing. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's a tough one. You guys inspired me so much to hopefully one day start my own veggie garden. I show my boyfriend your vlog and I'm like, see, babe, that's going to be us. You should. It's not that, it's not as difficult as I thought it would be.
The real trick, I think, is getting the right kind of like soil or fertilizer. That balance is really crucial. And watching the pests and the bugs and all that. That's something that's like seems to happen every time because you're outside, you know, and you have to be able to mitigate that. Hopefully, naturally. That there's ways to do it naturally, but those are the things you got to look out for.
What eyeshadow are you wearing? Honestly, a little bit of bronzer, and then I think I maybe. I think a little bit of like possibly some of the like old Naked palette, like a natural Naked palette or something. Did Spencer forget sunscreen? Looks like it hurts. We were just talking about that.
No.
He's just a red guy.
It's a complexion thing, so yeah.
Maybe we're gonna have to put you in makeup. Would you do that? Movie makeup?
I've been in makeup, but it's just
No,
it's
but
so weird because it changes my tone.
yeah, you would look weird. I wouldn't.
And it takes away like because I do have freckles that they're hard to see, but like when I did George's Auto, like I was in full makeup all the time, and then I was like goth looking. I had no beard or anything. I had like eyeliner and like they paled me down a little bit. But yeah, it was weird looking because it's so like all even, like all the same color.
Yeah. Do you think the corn grows easily? Do you have to worry about squirrels? The corn seemingly grows pretty well. And yeah, we do have to worry about squirrels. And you'll see, we have a little update about that coming up in a home vlog. You'll see. I think the 65th would have been great, and the merch was nice. Unfortunately, the parks were shut down during this time. Yeah, probably.
Oh, that's right. Interesting.
Craig's here. Hey.
What up, Greg?
Naked Palette was the name of my of my metal band. That's rad. I love it.
Naked Palette.
Testing my phone. Katie, your makeup always looks on. But thank you. I wonder if they will stop Paint the Night during Halloween. No, I don't think they will because I think. Wait, yeah, is Paint the Night? It's going to be in Disneyland. Yeah, so I don't think they will because the Halloween parade is over only at the Halloween party, and that's in DCA.
Right.
Yeah, so I think that's what it is. Does Spencer sell his artwork? He hasn't, but that's something.
Yes, I have in the past.
But I'm saying like on our channel. No.
No.
But that is something we've had a lot of people ask about, so I think we might start doing something like that. We have a loose plan, but it won't be for a few months. I want to plant some, but my dad keeps saying the squirrel will eat them. Well, there's solutions for that.
Yeah.
You know, I think it's not worth not trying something. You know what I mean? Do you think the Matterhorn will be up by the start of the 70th? Yes.
Yeah.
How long do you think that 135-ounce candle burns for? If anybody doesn't know what we're talking about, on our Costco vlog.
It was like a candle that was like it looked like a small waste basket for an office.
Yeah, it is. Let me just tell you that.
Like if you just continuously
it'd
burned
probably be
it.
a lifetime burn, man.
No, if you just lit it and never put it out, like it'd be funny. That'd be a great thing to keep checking on every day. All right, we check back on it.
How long?
Yeah.
It probably did say an hour like burn time.
If you put it somewhere where there's no wind, you know.
Dude, that would be.
It's just let it run for like.
I've had gardens mixing tobacco and water in my spray bottle. I've heard about that.
I've heard of
and
that.
It prevents bugs. I'd be interested if you ship to Australia. That is another level, like shipping to Australia. I don't know. like, man, they really go out. I think we've shipped something to another country, and I think it was Australia once, and it was like,
Yeah, it was like a pin, and it would cost like,
it was like more, it was like 3 pins worth, and it took forever.
yeah.
Let's see, I heard Epic Universe restaurants food is excellent, nothing like theme park food. I believe it. What are your feelings about them charging the Port Royal store, changing the Port Royal store into more dining space?
Yeah, I was kind of mixed about that. I've always liked it over there. I understand why they did it. There is a detachment, and I don't think everybody really was aware that there was a Haunted Mansion store over there. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I understand. Do I miss the old one? I kind of like the old one. It was neat.
I have to say, like, I think it was way better themed than the new little barn thing that they stuck over there.
That thing, it's so...
While we needed more seating, and that is necessity, I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean. Back to makeup. What foundation do you normally wear? Your face looks great. I actually just wear, like a glow sunscreen from... Goop, I think, or something like that, but it's like a glowy sunscreen, and then I use a drop of like a foundation, and I can't remember the name of it.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about that. Would you?
Oh, you're not going to interrupt me like I normally do to you?
No, I wait till you're done.
Yeah, must be nice. Having control of your brain.
I wonder, like, would it have been better to put another store in there or something that was like cool for New Orleans Square? Because of its proximity right there. That's a really like primo spot. Like, even if you put like another beignet spot or like or something that was cool right there. I don't know, as opposed to an eating area. Now I'm not mad at it. I think it's great.
I also haven't seen it in real life.
I feel like an indoor space, I guess it's good to get out of the hot sun sometimes. Anyways, I have
to see it in real life though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to see it in real life. Where's your favorite place to eat in downtown Disney? Naples, 100%.
Yeah.
Naples all the way. Like, Naples is the best. Seating area looks weird even though they might need... Yeah, it's like they need more seats. I agree with that. But, like, also the food from...
that place.
What is it over there?
Royal Street Veranda.
Yeah, is not good. It's not good.
Yeah.
Don't let anybody tell you it's good, because if they do, they're just not right. I'm just kidding. It's not good. So I think they should have never built that little shed. The Haunted Mansion store is awful.
I agree.
I think it's terrible. I think that never should have happened. I also think we didn't need a 5th Princess and the Frog thing. Like, I think that store should have never happened. That should have been a food place.
Well, you know what I heard about that Haunted Mansion store? And it made sense.
Barn?
Yeah, the barn, the garage. I heard the reason they made it so big and obtrusive was to make Tiana's mountain look smaller, so that it didn't. Because if you think about force perspective and how it works, the way Splash Mountain was, it was the highest thing in that area, and so everything kind of, builds up to that. Whereas if they put some giant thing in the foreground, that it looks like a hill now. It doesn't even look like a mountain because it's not the tallest thing around in your eye line. That roof line is taller than Tiana's mountain in your eye line when you're approaching it. Right. So I think that's why they did it.
Yeah, I don't know. Who knows?
And again, that's sad because that's where the equation doesn't like work. Do you know what I mean? If it was an equation and where you're like, that's not the solution because it doesn't plug in. They had to do that because they were like, well, there's no mountains where Tiana's from. Right. So it was all this adjusting to make it fit.
Yeah, the whole thing is just jank. Like, let's be real. We have, 4 Princess and the Frog, maybe 5. I don't know. It's too much.
Yeah.
I think they went way overboard. I think also, that's a good one, Amber said, if I go to the real New Orleans, are they going to have expensive jewelry and perfume? It's like, why do we have a perfume thing? Like, there's so many things that they've done lately. There's another good one. I miss Steakhouse 55.
Ooh.
It's like, New Orleans is, I just hope that eventually they fix a lot of this stuff because it's not great. It's not. Like, we're not again, we're going to be the first people to tell you. If I don't like something, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
It's taken the nostalgia away, for sure, for sure. I miss getting excited for new merch at Disneyland. It's been meh recently. Yeah, and they did hire that one new designer, so
You're not going to see anything from him in a while, though, because they just hired him.
So it'll be like a year, maybe?
Yeah, they're working on stuff, and then things need to get approved and go through so many channels, and then production.
Yeah.
Yeah, samples.
So we'll see. But either way, you guys, we do have to wrap this up. Spence and I have to get a couple things done for life and for our lives.
Yeah.
But we are going to make this more of a regular thing. So just make sure you have your notifications on because, again, we can't really commit to one certain day of the week.
Yeah.
But we can keep it flexible. So when we do, we'll let you know. And we will definitely do our best to get it weekly. Life obviously happens and we're not immune to that, but we're going to do our best. And thank you for everybody who has become a channel member.
Yeah,
Again, I just want to say a big thank you for anybody who has recently subscribed or just became the channel member to help support our channel. And for people who've been buying merch, that's really helpful as well.
Absolutely.
So, whoops, sorry, Greta. Whoopsie. We will definitely see you guys soon and look out for more videos, right?
Yeah, all sorts of videos. We kind of mix it up and, we do talk a lot about Disneyland because it's part of our rhythm, but a lot of fun stuff planned.
Definitely.
Especially SoCal. There's so much here, from here to LA and San Diego to San Francisco and just that's kind of a little bit of our radius,
yes.
Right now. So we're excited. Thanks you guys for watching. Thanks to our Patreons.
And don't forget to give this a thumbs up on your way out.
Oh yeah.
Please do.
Do that on your way out. It's always it's very helpful for us.
Yes.
It helps the channel out. And we'll see you next time. I'll sign off with my usual.
Bye.
Bye everybody.